Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Wah-bump. Wah-bump. Wah-bump, ba-dum, ba-dum. I figured out how to use my flashlight. Kills them at the same time.
You can't spell heinous acidic without anti-choice.
This is horrifying.
Yeah, imagine how we feel. Why don't you tell us where she is so we can make sure she ain't being a danger to herself or others?
And how are you going to do that?
That ain't something you ought to be concerning yourself about.
If you think I'm going to help you do what I think you're talking about, you are deluded.
I may be deluded, but you're lucky you ain't dead. Seeing how she seems partial to using her...
I will jump over the bombs out, and you can't blow me up. How? Oh, do I die?
But reportedly, she's not only failed to die, but is also teaching the enemy soldiers how to use the equipment. Conspiring against us. Such treachery is unconscionable.
Owie, Mick Bow Bow, Mick Bow Bow, Mick Ow. There's a dead guy on my porch.
Commander, you are dying.
I found 3 of them. I just need to find some more of them. Oh, I didn't. Did you? Hey, Chew? Well, you might want to talk to the cat about the reason why your battery's low at 512. And we still need to throw like half a cup of water with food and turn the thing on. Don't tell the cat.
The gunfire has ceased. Is there any way Ames and Marchand could have...
I'm sorry, LaRue. They died in the service of the Protectorate. Stop. Breathe. Then we shall press on.
You surprise me. We cannot complete this mission and yet live. And should we live to see it through, your wife shall meet her end. Yet, your resolve remains unshaken.
Any less would
What about your
disgrace
later
us all.
of blue?
Hostile Raptidon call detected. Agents are encouraged to exercise caution. Status: susceptible to danger.
Over here! We hold him the head!
Guy's like, pudding, you know I'm done, White. It dies now. It goes pudding, pudding, badong, pudding, 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 badong, badong, pudding. That's totally what he said. That's totally what he said. Loki's a cheeseburger. Nope, it's a cheeseburger.
Nice and hail, Commander. Lift should be here soon.
Killed them all.
Lift malfunction detected. Please disconnect
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just...
Initiating waiting music. Error. Unable to access local region license. Please accept the following harmonic. Attention, hostiles. Repeated attempts to evaluate will be discouraged. Resuming hostilities. The lift has arrived, and the threat of imminent death has subsided.
Back again. Reaper's back. Tell no friend. Why'd you let it do it? What does it taste like? Yeah, that's that one. Where was this? I still need to find one more. Over here. Well, that's where I came in at. There should be one on each level. Go up level by level until I figure out which one it is. Was there one here that I met? What about deck top? Alright, go deck 6. That's where we killed everything. Nothing here. There's nothing on the very top. So which one am I missing? Go check. Maybe something. How about that over there? Yeah, I had. I think that's where this. Nope, leads to my death. Ooh. Yeah, then they might have went off. Oh, shit. Good. Oh my. That. Oh. All the way up, I think I do. We go. Probably all.
I have suffered grievous wounds. At least one of my lungs meets the open air. LaRue fell swiftly. Screamed for me to help, but if I had remained to aid her, the mission would be at its end.
Give me the goodies. Yeah, now back to
Take the pressure off with Anti-Fizzos, bottled under more than 3 atmospheres of pressure.
Ah, hell. I've stood this post so many times I could do it in my sleep.
Mind you don't let the bosses upstairs.
Don't go into that cheap saloon if you got a lick of gumption. They got no tolerance for it. What do you think of that?
Take care in the northern regions of the island. Fewer reports from scouts. Heightened degree of danger. Maybe that's something to look forward to. Loose your words. I'm listening. Good work. Sure, it'll aid your path into the Vox. Presuming you keep your nerve. Let me spin you a yarn. One of my elite regiments ceased replying to hails several weeks ago. Hardy bunch. Fought all across the system. Yesterday, the Protectorate launched the regiment commander's upper torso into one of our encampments, which makes 2 1/3 complete corpses of a 6-person unit. Mocking us. Calculating bastards, the Protectorate. Would admire their efficacy if it weren't taking so many of my best and brightest. Once the fighting reignites in full, they'll pay dearly. Aye. I can almost respect the Protectorate's efficient. Manda, try too early. And if there's one thing I despise...
Your microphone is unmuted, but has no signal. Yeah, it has a good. Now, what was I doing? Going somewhere down the beard.
Protectorate folks must have been.
See, I just like almost throwed myself full on and jumping off something. Look at it. Ooh. No, I have it set up where it won't hear the TV. I've told you this before. It doesn't even hear you. Seriously, it doesn't appear to you at all. Because it's only set up here, somebody that's right here. I'm an engineer. I can fix stuff. I'm an engineer. Let's fix this and not put that in. Screw this and twist me that. Did you know I'm an engineer? Because if you didn't know, now you know. You guys know I'm an engineer. No, it's not potions. I'm an engineer.
No, Jackson, don't! Don't fret. With these boots, I can fly! Oh! Jackson! Jackson! Twitch your broken legs if you can hear me, Jackson!
The crumpled corpse. It wasn't the fall that killed him. It was the sudden stop at the end.
Oh, law. I can't believe he jumped that way.
Sir, I know this isn't the time, but are they gonna put us to the gallows for this?
What? No. That ain't how we operate in Auntie's Choice, Liza. We might be looking at a pretty fierce demotion for losing half our workforce and getting stuck up here, though.
Demotion to fertilizer?
No. Now cease your jawing. This ain't the time.
Hey, you! You down there! Would you mind checking on our fellow? Might he have survived the fall?
Oh no, not my garden, not my weed. I'm just gonna move on to greener pastures.
He thought those boots would make him fly, but they really just allow the user to jump repeatedly. Unless their downward velocity is too great. If so, well, you see what happens. Dying, actually. Dying in a fairly slow, agonizing manner. We've been stuck atop this machine since Ida, one of our new Protectorate acquisitions, had her gray matter scrambled by the height, jumped down, and landed right in its gears. That's right. She joined us shortly after Auntie liberated her with the freedom of meritocracy, and she seemed happy enough. I can't fathom no sensible motive why she'd jump.
Were you not listening? She said she'd always be a loyal subject. It was part of the endless inculcation we endured in the Protectorate. It can prove insurmountable for some.
The notion that she'd sacrifice herself, even after seeing the vast possibilities in staying alive and climbing the corporate ladder, it's just impossible to cognize.
Who said you're allowed to cog? You said cog. That it's just impossible to cognize.
The reason Jackson tried using those plasma thruster boots was to gather a piece of machinery we'd spotted on a little table halfway up the spire.
It's a drive overloader. If we install it, we can push the platform's arm hard enough to... well, to grind old Ida out of the gears.
Though the power of that overloader will deluge the system and, well, overload the drive and burn it out all permanent-like. But desperate times and all that.
So if you were to use them boots to bound up the spire and deliver the overloader to us, we'd avoid the tragic fate of our two former cohorts.
Exactly! because he had no idea how science works and thought the word thrusters meant he could fly. So when I told him to jump, he opted for open air instead of where I told him to go. They're experimental. We'd not laid eyes on them before, but the data we found with them says they were actually designed to let people hop their way up the spire. If you activate the plasma thrusters when you're already airbound, they can give you a fair bit of extra boost. It should let you turn a quick hop into a surprisingly grand vault.
We can double jump now. I got this. Damn. Skill point. Skill for Station 3. Still left. Okay. What am I doing? Where am I doing it? How am I doing it? Stop.
They're found in bandages and burn tinctures. If you don't have that drive overloader, sending may be a risk.
Yeah.
That's it? It was that easy?
See?
That was some impressive climbing. Poor Jackson could have learned a thing or two from you. Starting with the right direction to jump, I suppose.
What? Okay.
Wonderful. Get us down, and I'll happily compensate you in accordance with standard Auntie's Choice urgently improvised extortive standards.
Crowd, good up here.
You're really something.
Oh, thank the law. I never thought of myself as a vertiginous sort, but being trapped 100 meters in the air will make you reconsider.
I mirror that sentiment, to be certain. In fact, Auntie will have to pay me triple if heights are to be involved.
He's in the wall.
And isn't it grand to be in a system that allows me that freedom?
I agree with Liza. I'm inclined to keep a few paces from farming equipment from now on. Here's your reward for evacuating us with all our parts intact. I perhaps ain't as awash in currency as I'd prefer, so you can have my helmet as well. It was useful for identifying crops we'd missed in our harvest. But to be honest, I'd like a little distance from plants for a spell.
Here. Do some fast travel.
Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community. They sneer at our contentment.
Gee.
Huh. Oh. This is not
Literally everything I own.
Greetings. It is my esteemed pleasure to welcome you to Westport, once a shining testament to Protectorate excellence, now a picturesque example of the evils of corporatism. But where are my manners? We do not have much, but please let me offer you some victuals. Tut. I insist. Serving Unit 1. Something for the visitor at once?
Confirmative.
Perhaps you're wondering why I'd open my arms thusly for a stranger. Simple. As the guiding light for humankind, we always put our best foot forward, regardless of circumstance.
And thank the Sovereign.
Oi. Yeah.
You are the raw material for perfection. From the lowliest subject to the most exalted
You didn't get your pipe
we must
pet
all
by.
fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're all in this together.
The matriarch chose
Yeah, there's little bites like that where they hurt a little, but not too bad. It's okay.
ecosystem. The native flora and fauna, the pleasant atmosphere,
Oh,
rich
I don't
natural
understand.
resources represent a fascinatingly complex ecological network. To govern it, the matriarch working with and through the Sovereign.
I believe something still can be done. This town can be saved, its people given a reprieve, were we to acquire the one thing vital to our existence. Automech parts. What?
Comestibles served.
We of the Protectorate pride ourselves on our mech programming. Among the vigilant, it is even considered something of a sport. We are not miracle workers, however. Without parts to work with, we've no hope of remaking our mechs to do tasks beyond their initial functions. We need repair mechs, domestic mechs, not combat ones. Serving Unit 1 here is about as much as can be accomplished without replacement parts.
Keep informing on your neighbors. Same as ever, but prudence dictates.
We are of like minds. We lack not the skill to do so. Our wily chief mechanist can reprogram the mech, but not without parts. Unfortunately, we lack ready availability of said parts.
Feeling distracted? Daydreaming on the job? Mental refreshment centers are there to help you. Don't risk falling prey to imperfect thoughts.
Why, we're traitors, obviously. We've not fulfilled our duties as members of the Protectorate. It is incumbent upon us to fight to the death, yet we still live, as does our enemy. Now, either the Arbiters arrive to execute us, or this place falls under the vapid boot heel of Auntie's choice. No matter who wins, we cannot sustain ourselves here for long.
Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community.
My linguistic embellishments are somewhat beside the point. This here's a matter of accountability. Responsibility was mine.
No sneeze
Disgrace
for you.
and judgment should be mine solely as well.
I just tell you. Give me the kitties.
My intention is to absolve my subjects of any and all such blame. I owe it to every single person here to try.
History, human societies were constantly out of balance. Individualism ran rampant.
What sort of payment do you seek? Don't imagine we have much you need.
Terrible suffering. Poor dears didn't have the firm, benevolent hand of the sovereign to guide them. Here on
Enough to lead and inspire those who work there, once at least. I was previously the ranking vigilant on this island. Why do you ask?
community, purpose, time for recreation. We sleep well at night. Work isn't strenuous or stressful. Food is nutritious.
Difficult place to saunter into. Station's off limits to anyone without the highest security clearance. For anyone lacking reason to be there, it's assured suicide. In exchange for the automech parts we need, I can provide you means to get inside. Never dream of such a proposal in days of reason and quietude. Yet such is the here and now we find ourselves in. Wonderful. My unavoidable march to the gallows feels lighter already. Least now my subjects will have a fleeting chance. The parts can be found at the Euphoria Coast Automech Repair Center to the south. But do not, under any circumstances, tell those stationed there why you need them. To get inside, you will need an access pass from the Ministry of Accuracy. Since we have all been marked as traitors, I cannot create one for you here.
Resources represent a fascinatingly complex ecological network. To govern it, the matriarch working with and through the
Farewell now.
paradigm, a meticulously designed marvel where, if each of us does our part.
Here.